Hey, welcome back. It's the Hotel Orloff. We're here in the historic Hotel Orloff, 7th floor, comic book room, organizing comic books. It's Sunday, May 21st, 2023, in the year of our Lord. And we're having lots of fun. How are you guys doing on this beautiful sunny Sunday morning? I just started the show and I accidentally turned it off about 11 minutes into it. So now I have an 11-minute show up that no one will watch because, they say that these short shows, that's what everyone wants. That's algorithmically, that's what YouTube wants. They'll put their little commercials in front of an 11-minute video. But the people that watch the Hotel Orloff program here on the Orloff Inspirational Network, they like longer form shows. I can't do longer shows now. I don't think my phone has enough memory to record more than about an hour and 10 minutes. But anyway, I don't like to do a 10-minute show. But anyway, que lastima. What a shame. Horrible. Let's go through, get some books put in their proper slots. I'll tell you something. Hardwood floors are beautiful. Yes, indeed. Undoubtedly. But now I understand why people put carpet in the 70s, Although I wouldn't do that, but I might put a throw rug, in here. Because when you're sitting on a hardwood floor, it can be hard on you, yeah. Oh well. Let's see what we got here. Let's take a look, ladies and gentlemen. A long, hard look at the history of comic books and picto-fiction. Sequential art, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, that's what I was about to do in the last episode, and I wasn't able to do it because the show ended too soon. So therefore, I better do it now or I will forget. And Meyer Greenblatt was wanting to see what the Spirit archive editions look like. So let's go in this other room over here. Now that room's getting organized. This room and here is getting to be a disaster. Okay, let's see what we can do here. All right. Man, I don't like hearing the sound of the neighbors mowing their lawn because that means my lawn is starting to look more and more horrible in comparison. I even saved these. This is a darn top to a pizza box, and I saved it because I just thought it looked cool. Definitely not. Okay, hold on. This is a 6-sheet to Panic in Year Zero, but I don't have any room to put it up anywhere. Let me tell you something. If you like these big giant posters like this House on Haunted Hill poster, you can get a reproduction of that looks exactly like it. Or you can get a reproduction of a King Kong's 3-sheet from 1933 from a guy that's he must be one of the premier movie poster collectors in the country. And he has the ability to make wonderful and cheap reproductions of these giant posters. Posters that would cost you thousands of dollars to have in their original form. His name is Jim Zippo. I know that sounds like a crazy name, but he's an oldies DJ in the Dallas area. He's a real nice guy, and he makes, in his spare time, he makes poster reproductions. I'll show you some of his work. I've got my telethon going here. We're showing the very first appearance of the 4-color fossils. Okay. This one here, see this Invaders from Mars? That's one of his reproductions. And the other one I have is, man, I have another one. What is the other? Anyway, I don't remember what the other one is. Maybe it's around here somewhere. I just can't remember.
The Buck Rogers TV show. They released the pilot theatrically. So I just did that trailer for Buck Rogers. I put it on, but it wasn't really a trailer. Someone just like recorded like 5 minutes of footage. I realized, and so that kept me from uploading the video because somehow you could see part of the image.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
And somehow the sensors, the AI.
I am in the middle of a telethon here live, and I'm actually on the phone here recording an episode. Even though you're watching episode 700. Oh, man. I'm getting confused. If that's 739. Okay, I'm recording 740 right now. So, anyway. Let's see what we can do here. I'm hoping some of you will order copies of the fantastic Tomb of Terror DVD program. If you do, then we will have a great time here restoring the historic Hotel Sprinkle in Rural Retreat, Virginia.
You know, we're planning on a live stream.
Oh, shut up. Let's see. Wrong way. Let's watch some of my very first attempt to do a StreamYard show. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm in the middle of a telethon here.
As darkness falls upon Gratuville, it's time once again for Gratu Orloff After Dark. Friday night after dark, Friday night, a go-go, our psychedelic freak-out underground party we have each Friday night, where we discuss comic bookism.
Yeah, that's the very first time I went live on StreamYard.
Birthing people threw away. My birthing person never threw away any of my stuff, but I understand that is a common problem. So here we're dedicated to pop culture of the past. And let's see, we've got Gotham City Comics here. So hello, Gotham City Comics.
That's cool. Gotham City Comics was in the chat 2 years ago. This is from like July of 2021, I think, back when we still lived in the old country.
Orloff Inspirational Network here through StreamYard.
All right. Well, we were looking at the Spirit Archives. I'm getting too distracted here. I was telling you about Jim Zippo. If you want, I can tell you how to get a hold of Jim Zippo and the reproductions that he makes. I just wish I could remember. I had what was the other reproduction I got from him? I don't know. I mean, this House on Haunted Hill and that I Was a Teenage Werewolf, those are real. And so is the Rebel set and everything. But he makes really good fake movie posters for people that can't afford the real thing, which is pretty much all of us, especially in Joe Biden's world. Okay. All right, so we're trying to set up the tripod. Oh, man. There we go. Looks perfectly straight to me. That's incredible. Okay, the Spirit Archives. Where is that? I know I have some of them. Oh, maybe it's back behind me. No. Spirit. These are the Gondwana Land reproductions of the early issues of Famous Monsters of Filmland. They those are the ones that were printed by Amazon. Okay, let me just look carefully here. Oh, there, I have one. I see it here. He was wanting to know what these look like. He was thinking of buying one. And this is actually volume 1. And what do they look like? They look like this. The colors are a little muted. It looks like they tried to print these to make it look more like how they would have reproduced in a newspaper, in the Spirit supplement in the newspaper. So the colors are a little bit muted. Usually in these archive editions, you've got glossy paper. This is more of a matte paper. See, the colors are not super bright and vibrant. But this is the first volume. I don't know how many volumes they printed of these Spirit archives. I'd like to get more. I don't know. I imagine they're not super expensive because I don't know. Are they? I have no idea. When they came out, they were $49.95. They were $50 each. I imagine you get them cheaper. I don't know. What do I know? I've got other Spirit stuff. Where is it? It's an excellent question. Oh yeah, I've got on the telethon in the other room. I've got the first time I talked to Dr. Silverage. I think that's the first time I actually spoke with him. Dr. Silverage is just amazing. So tune into that telethon, and I think I may have to renumber episodes. It seems like I now have 2 episode 739s, possibly. I don't know. Anyway, so Meyer, that's what the Spirit Archives looks like. Oh. Here's the door to the elevator. It's a long drop. That's where the elevator is on the next floor. So yes. Yeah, dude. But don't worry, it's perfectly safe because it says caution elevator there, tacked to the door. I guess I could put this in place and make it more secure. But we'll live dangerously. It's like the Winchester house. I even put this beware sign up there. I got it at a Halloween store or something, a Walgreens or something, I don't know. Okay, we were in the middle of something and we keep getting distracted. All right. So, first thing we've got here is an issue of Marvel Tales. Marvel Tales, the comic that started in the 60s and lasted until, gosh, the 80s. And it primarily was a vehicle to reproduce to reprint Spider-Man stories. But this is issue 11, and it has Spider-Man and Daredevil, but it also has Thor and Loki, and it's like an early Ant-Man and the Wasp story. So this is from, where is my magnifying glass? This is what it looks like inside. See, it's reprinted exactly as it looked a few years before when these stories first appeared. This was Spider-Man 16 from September of 1964. And this is a 1967 issue. So it's reprinting a Spider-Man story that at the time was only a 3-year-old story. So because of that, this still, looking at this here, you could not distinguish this, in just looking at this, you would think I'm holding up the original Spider-Man story, number 16. But it still has the age. It's still a comic from the 60s. It still has the wonderful smell and all that makes a comic wonderful from the 1960s, which really was a wonderful time for comics. It was a wonderful time culturally, the 1960s was. And if it wasn't for the Vietnam War and the systematic, at that time, destruction of the morality of the country, college professors and stuff, and then the drug movement, which a lot of that is because of our involvement in the Vietnam War. Look at this pig, ladies and gentlemen. It's a doorstop. Okay, so I think I was putting Marvel Tales in here. This is a hand puppet. I didn't put that somewhere else. Here's a game. It's like sometimes you have things and you don't even know why you have them. I think this was my older brother's. I don't know how this came into my possession. Do you have things that you just don't know why you own them? I've never played it. I don't know what it even is. It's some kind of thing that you have to be smart to know how to operate. Oh, it's got a bunch of little pegs in. Ah, Jesus! I, of course, spill all the pegs because I always do klutzy things here on the Grouch Orloff Inspirational Network, and that was not intentional. Anyway, I don't know. I guess I could read the directions and figure out how to play it. Nowadays, people don't use little miniature games to play because they use their cell phones to entertain them. But this is obviously before cell phones, when people use little things like this. There's the directions, actually. Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of cool. So yeah, it's kind of cool. Oh my gosh. Well, I hope you're all doing well on this wonderful Sunday morning, and these are some free comic book day things from 2021. I don't know why I own Sue and Tai Chan. I have no clue. Best of 2000 AD. That makes us. I could see why I picked that up. And I don't know what Lady Mechanica is, but it's like it's some kind of steampunk kind of thing. All right. So, having said that being said, let's look through this Spider-Man box, which is where I think I keep my Marvel Tales. Why, yes, it is true. Here's Marvel Tales number 2, ladies and gentlemen, from 1965. I just found another one of those little pegs from the Mastermind game. So how are you guys doing? Is the weather wonderful where you're at? How's the weather? I bet it's great, huh? How about those Cowboys? Are they doing great? How about those Chiefs? How about... Yeah, I gotta mow the lawn. Don't have a lawnmower though. I'm gonna buy a lawnmower. How about that? Anyone got a cheap lawnmower they want to sell me? Okay, Marvel Tales. This camera is crooked, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Marvel Tales. Number 2 from 1965. Fantastic. And this is number 3. Here's number 4. So you've got, it's just an amazing bargain. You got a Spider-Man comic, Thor, you've got a Human Torch story, and you've got an Ant-Man story, all in one comic. And these are very inexpensive because the average comic book collector out there doesn't want these. I don't know why. Something's wrong with them. Oh, another copy of that same issue. I can't account for why people are insane. And you'd have to be insane to not pick up. Look at this. Look at this, man. If you were to buy these original books, you'd be spending hundreds, if not, you might even be going into over $1,000 to buy all 4 of these books, possibly. Instead, usually you can get these less than $5, depending on where you shop. What was that? Was that 5? Yeah, you know what? I'm missing Marvel Tales number 6, because here's 7. So if you have a Marvel Tales number 6, let me know. I'm always willing to trade episodes of Tomb of Terror for old comics. Here's another 7. Tomb of Terror is the DVD program I've been producing. I now have 15 episodes. You can buy copies at, if you go to PayPal, at Kenneth Weinert, KENNETHWEINERT. Tomb of Terror. It's a wonderful compilation show with lots of fantastic. This camera's crooked. Lots of fantastic It's got monsters. It's got comic book stuff, music, old commercials, movie trailers, more monsters, science fiction, everything that makes life wonderful here in the United States of America. Here's number 10. It's just crooked, man. There we go. And here's 11. And looks like I have now 2 copies of number 11. And I don't have a bag to put this in, but someday soon I will have bags again. Someday soon the birds will descend down and land on my fingers and sing to me, and heavenly choirs will sing from the clouds, and Trump will be reelected, and then we can go about making America great again. And okay, this book is later period, so this needs to go over, and over here are the more recent books. Back behind me are the books from like 1971 and behind and below, and back below. Okay, I got some kind of beat up comics, but they're fun to read. Here's a copy of Daredevil. Look who's smiling now, because he knows that perhaps Hunter Biden will be arrested. But I don't know. I guess I wouldn't hold my breath. Yeah, this book's in rough shape, but I'll still be able to read it, and it's a Daredevil I don't have. So, here is a Bronze Age Metalman. It reprints the Metalman story from the 60s. The Metalman was a comic I dearly loved. I don't have a complete run of Metalmen, but maybe someday I will. Oh, this was an ad I loved for these Pirates of the Caribbean model kits. I think they're reissuing them now, but they just don't have the official Disney designation anymore. That model kit I have had. I still have the box, and I still have, I think, at least 95% of the pieces. They had little rubber bands that made the arms move or whatever motion. Just a fantastic comic. That issue of House of Secrets I bought off the rack. It was great. Wow. Oh, this is originally published. It says in Metal Men #1, April May of 1960. Does that say 3? 3. Pardon me, let's try. Okay, now we have an older issue. It's issue number, does that say 5? Where's my magnifying glass? I may need to go in the other room to find that magnifying glass. It's around here somewhere. This is ridiculous, ladies and gentlemen. You get old, man, you start falling apart. You can't see nothing. Anyway, I'm happy the comic book room is starting to come along and be somewhat organized, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit. Here's a wonderful painting by John Goris. I need to take that downstairs, actually. Where are my house shoes? Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm trying to get every time John Goris sends me a piece of art, I'm putting it all together because it's fantastic, and and he's very prolific. I think he just produces art all day and does animation. And his animation, if you look up John Goris, Goras, you will not believe the animation you will see. Kevin Johnson at Gotham City Comics in Mesa, Arizona sent me this can of Batman soda. It actually has this little guy inside it. I'll show you that guy in a minute.
I used to buy Astro City, one of the independents, but they no longer make that, I guess. I'm buying the Berserker, that one by Keanu Reeves. He's involved with that. I'm buying that, and that's pretty interesting. And a couple other independent ones I can't think of off the top of my head. But that's about it for new stuff. For the most part, I'm trying to collect.
I was just talking about John Goris.
Stuff from the 70s, like fill in.
I was just talking about John Goris. I'm filming a show right now. John, thank you for dropping in.
Just stuff like that from the 70s. The stuff that I need from the Silver Age is now getting.
Here's my magnifying glass.
Real pricey stuff. So that's kind of.
All right. Now we can see things better. I feel like I was going to go downstairs for some reason. What was that reason? This poster that Micah, Graphic Man, designed, he took this John Romita art from Our Love Story number 27, and he added Spider-Man to it because the girl looks very much like Mary Jane Watson, and made it into a Spider-Man cover. And anyway, the other day my wife was showing me Glenn Danzig, the Misfits, and Sam Hain, and now just the band named after himself, Danzig. He collects comic book art, and she had a picture of him with all this art behind him framed on the wall, and that Our Love Story cover, that John Romita cover, was there, and she recognized it from the one that Graphic Man had done. This is a rare Dick Tracy book that was given to me by a teacher in Fort Worth. He's since passed away, and that's my mom there, and that's Tonto. The Lone Ranger's faithful Indian companion. And this is my atomic magnifying glass, which I always use to better read comic book, especially when they have that black ink on the purple covers, man. That is the hardest. That is the worst. What's going on down here, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, so we were recording episode 3 of Tomb of Terror for someone that had ordered it, and now I will finalize that disc. So that's being finalized. Then I need to record several more copies of it. So, is it true the banks are about to collapse? Horrible things happening, ladies and gentlemen, but, you know, the world's at war and the banks are going to collapse, but we always have entertainment like this. Oh, that's not enough entertainment. Yes, I thought he used to sing longer than that. That's the thing that's depressing about as time passes. It just seems like things used to be longer and bigger, when toys that you remember as a kid that were bigger, now they seem so small. Here is Donny Osmond. You know him from The Hypnotic Eye. And anyway, if you like The Hypnotic Eye, you should be ordering Tomb of Terror, ladies and gentlemen. My new 15 episode. So far, it's 15 episodes, but soon it'll be even longer. What the heck is that? Okay, fantastic. Let's get on back. Oh, that's what I was going to show you. This is the little Batman guy that came inside that soda pop can. There really wasn't soda pop in it. It's a trick. So, there was a Batman soft drink that was made back in the 60s when that TV show was on the air. I'd love to get a can of that, just as a prop. It was Batman soda. It was made, I think, by a company called Cott, C-O-T-T, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see how many people are watching my telethon here.
Silver Age, Bronze Age, and it was very well done. I mean, it was really good, and there was a continuity to it. And
Only
they would
5
refer
people
back to
watching?
This guy, even though you hadn't seen this person yet, they would refer back, and then eventually they would tell you the story of him.
John, we were talking about how great your animation is.
I really, really enjoyed the writing on it, and the artwork was phenomenal. So if you ever get a chance to fill in that series, fill in those issues, I would say
I'm filming an episode right now.
Really
We'll get those episodes out to you in the mail on Wednesday. Ladies and gentlemen, order copies of Tomb of Terror. They're flying off the shelves. Get them now before they sell out. Tomb of Terror, new DVD series, ladies and gentlemen. Back to the rerun.
You're talking about a character that they don't really explain initially.
I'm trying to market Tomb of Terror, if you haven't noticed, because if you buy a copy of Tomb of Terror, then the cats will get new pillows. That blanket's a Vietnam era blanket that was my father's. It's very comfortable. You can tell that Alan the cat loves it. All right. Is it straight? Yes. All right. So, Metal Men. Oh, look at this great ad on the back. Fantastic. Andrew and Esposito. This is a beat up copy, I know, but it's very good to read. And do I already have it is the question. Let's see if I can find the M box behind me. Oh, look, it says Marvel's Collector's Items Classics to Metal Men. Except I've got all these books on these stacks. Oh, boy. All right, it's all right. At least I was able to find it quickly. This has kind of always been my dream, to be able to access my comic collection so easily. Before, I would have everything in closets, and it would be like a Rubik's Cube, trying to move one box to get another box out. They'd be in at angles, and now I've got more room here in this historic Hotel Sprinkle, now the Hotel Orloff, where look how quickly I'm able to access the Metal Men. So how's the weather? How's your dog doing, everybody? Put that down in the comments below. Let me know. Okay. Here it is, man, the Metal Man. This is issue number 2 of Metal Men, and then I have that 20-cent reprint of Metal Men number 1. And I think I've got reprints of the whole series anyway in other books. This is Metal Men number 7. Where did I just put... Oh. Number 7. There's Metal Men number 8. My wife lectured me recently that I'm not holding these books up long enough for you to see them. She's saying, you're just going like this, I was like, oh boy. I better listen. Here's 10. Okay, what did I say this one was? This one's 5? Yeah, 5. I didn't have a 5, did I? It went from 2 to 7, so now I've got a 5 to put in there, and I'll bag and board it at some point. Second Tuesday of next week. That's what my father would always say. But there isn't a second Tuesday next one. Yeah, that's right. That means I'm never going to do it. I'll bag and board them. I have, I've gotten a lot of free bags. Captain Strangelove sent me a bunch of bags, and so did Charlton 66. They took pity on me, sent me some bags, and now I got more stuff boarded, bagged and boarded. It's a long process. It's ridiculous. And Charlton sent me some bags for paperbacks, so I've got to start putting some paperbacks into bags too. So this is like this is number 11. Number 11. Did I show it to you long enough? Okay. Number 13. So I'm missing 12. I'm going to go look and see if I have what way I have these reprinted. 13, another copy of 13. This is just something I really love. 17, so I'm missing big chunks. In my defense, I was learning to walk when these comics were coming out. I was born in 1965. If I had been a little older, I'd have a complete run of this, I guarantee you. So, anyway. The last one in this box is 32. I'm not showing you all of them right now. Oh, here's the next box. Okay, this box starts with 34. So, what is this one that I just recently got? is 39. So we'll go in the next box. This is when the metal men were turned into people. And this is let's say about 69. Yeah. August, September 1969. So that means this was on the newsstand in June of 1969 when I was 4 years old. DC was trying to be a little different, you know, trying to be a little more mature. They're trying to, they had the Batman TV show was off the air and they're trying to be a little more serious. Uh-oh. Here's a special letter here from National Periodical Publications. It looks scary. What are they going to... I bet they're going to tell us they're going up from 15 cents to 25 cents. Let's see. Let's join. Dear DC fans, first we'd like to thank you for having bought this DC magazine, even though it cost you 3 cents more than usual. Oh, this is when they first went up from 12 cents to 15 cents. And then within a year or two, they go up to 25 cents, then back down to 20 cents. Long story. Has to do with our economy and us going off the gold standard, things like that. Nixon went off the gold standard because Kissinger told him it would be a good thing to do. And Kissinger is one of the godfathers of the World Economic Forum, you know, Klaus Schwab and all those evil, satanic, Marxist, horrible people. Obviously, you like our magazine and consider our stories worth the extra 3 pennies. That makes us feel mighty proud. However, we think we owe you an explanation as to why it was necessary to raise our price. Over these past years, the cost of producing our magazines has steadily risen. We have to pay more for art, engraving, paper, and printing. You too have to pay more for most of the things you buy. U.S. postcards, which used to cost only 1 cent, are now 5 cents. Sodas and telephone calls were a nickel. Now they're double that, 10 cents. 10 cents for a Dr. Pepper, ladies and gentlemen. Hot dogs also were a nickel. Now they're at least 25 cents. It still sounds pretty good compared to Biden's world, doesn't it? Everything costs more today than just a few years ago. Your parents have to pay more for food, clothing, and rent. We feel confident that you understand the necessity for this adjustment and will remain loyal fans. For our part, we promise to redouble our efforts to maintain the same high standards of publishing that have produced the world-famous line of comic books. Sincerely yours, the editors. I guarantee you no kid read that. In fact, this may be the first time in the history of mankind anyone's ever read that. But, yeah, during this time period, they started to have a lot less words also in comics in general, Marvel and DC. But it's all right. It's still middlemen. So here's 34, the first one in this box. Again, if you want me to go through and show you all of these in detail, open them up and everything, let me know down below. And we can make that happen, ladies and gentlemen. We can create that kind of content here on here's issue 36. We want to know here what kind of content you'd like to have. Okay, so this is 36. And then I go to Metamorpho #1, wonderful comic book, Ramona Fredon. Okay, so then I have a new Metalman to put in there in between. That's 39. Which one is this one? Oh, it's number 40. Yeah. They during this time period, late 60s, early 70s, they started having a lot of these sadistic covers where the hero's dead or dying on the cover. I don't know. All part of, I guess heroes were being looked down upon. It wasn't cool to be a hero. It was the hippie days, and so Superman, the Flash, Aquaman, just show them on the cover as bums or dead or laying on a park bench, homeless, you know. But there were still Saturday morning cartoons. And these were the glow-in-the-dark model kits that I loved them so much. Still do, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, this is probably... Look, the new Metal Man. This might be the last issue. I don't know. But look, you can get a free book that tells you how you can build a rugged body, command respect and admiration, fear no man. Let's get this in there. Okay, that's that. Now, what's the next book we got here? Okay, it's Captain Marvel. There was a real Captain Marvel. I mean, the real Captain Marvel in the 1940s was Captain Marvel, who said Shazam. Billy Batson became Captain Marvel. And then that character was run out of business by DC, and then there was a Captain Marvel in the 60s, completely unrelated, that was able to have his arms and legs detached from his body. And then Marvel started this Captain Marvel. And then DC brought back the original Captain Marvel, but because Marvel already had taken the name Captain Marvel, they had to call him, you know, they had to, on the front of that comic, say, with one mighty word, Shazam, and that was in huge letters, the original Captain Marvel, in tiny print. And now they just call the guy Shazam. I don't know, man. Sad. Oh, I remember this ad. That ad has this. It gives me chills. That's such a wonderful memory. That ad for Tales of the Zombie, and this ad introducing the Marvel fan club Foom. Yeah, this is a 20-cent issue from just the. I would have been in second grade when this came out. Oh, there's old Thanos that you know from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Let's see here. It is July 73. So you count back 2 months from July of 73 to find out when this was actually on the newsstand, because they were dated ahead. So that would be May of 73, the end of my second grade school year. This comic was on the market, and fantastic. All right, so I put that one over there. That goes over there into the Bronze Age. This comic here is going to go back behind me into the Silver Age, because it is a 12-cent 1960s comic. Teen Titans. A copy of Teen Titans I don't have. Great ad for this Aurora UFO from the Invaders. And they also have that great Dick Tracy model kit. And Dick Tracy's spaceship. For a while, they updated the Dick Tracy comic strip out of kind of the 1930s world into a space age kind of thing. And there was even a girl from the moon. It was kind of a weird time period. Here is the Teen Titans in their original form. They were all the sidekicks of the main heroes. You had Wonder Girl and Kid Flash and Robin. In the late 70s, the Teen Titans, they started a new Teen Titans, and trying to make it like the new X-Men over at Marvel when they brought in Wolverine and everything. And, oh, look at this ad. Anthro the Creeper, and what is that? Oh, the Inferior Five. Oh, I'm going to get a new copy of the Inferior Five that I don't have, that Kevin found at Gotham City Comics last night, so I'm excited about that. The Inferior Five was like a humorous superhero team that DC put out. It was kind of sort of their answer to Not Brand X. Not exactly. Look at this spy pen, your man from Uncle spy pen, and a tank. See the psychedelic lettering here. Fantastic. Okay, so Teen Titans. Oh, perfect. Look, it's like I planned it. Tales to Astonish to Thor. Whoa, shit. I mean, shoot. I don't mean to use bad language, ladies and gentlemen. It's a disc of Hammond organ music, but all is well, nothing's damaged. Okay, let's see what we got here. Tales to Astonish. Okay, what do I have Teen Titans wise? Magnifying glass. Where did you go? Darn it. Darn. Did you see where I put it, ladies and gentlemen? Put down in the comments below where my magnifying glass is, and then I'll read it later, and then I'll come back in time. There it is. It was under my leg the whole time. You guys are up too high. All right, fantastic. Let's see what we got. This issue, they're fighting basically Big Daddy Roth. See there? The demon dragster. Oh man, I need to plug you guys in before you expire from lack of electricity. There's always a danger here. The Groucho Orloff Inspirational Network. Teen Titans number, that's why I needed it, number 3. This one here is number 15, okay. Okay, then I go from 3 to 17. That's a really psychedelic looking Return of the Mad Mod. I have 2 copies of that. Then number 19, they're starting to get the horror influence there because, oh, this is a great cover. Look at that. But see, the reason that of these covers start looking like they're a horror comic instead of a superhero comic is because they could. Basically, what happened is the Comics Code Authority, which is this little seal here that comic books had that showed that they were wholesome and acceptable entertainment for kids. That started in 1955, and right at the beginning of the 1970s, they relaxed their standards and let the comic companies actually have monsters, vampires, werewolves, zombies, as you saw in that ad for Tales of the Zombie. And so, because all of a sudden they were allowed to bring back the monsters that they used to have in the early 50s before that code came in, they went ape, putting monsters into all the comics and bringing out monster titles. And that's when I came in. That was just when I was the right age to discover comic books, and there were monsters everywhere, including on the superhero covers. And the monster fad lasted for a while. Oh, this is where Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. is. I do have it under M. Very good. Incredible. Here's New Gods. Look at that cover. So great. Okay, so where is the lid? That's not the right lid. Or is it? Okay.